All right, without making this too big of a deal and getting all deep into it, because I really don't think it's truthfully that deep, but I did feel like it was worth making a video about. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just rebranding, kind of. RegSounds will be no more. I'm turning the lights off on RegSounds. I'm turning off RegSounds. How does that, what am I trying to say? Dimming the lights? Dimming the lights on RegSounds. God, this is so anticlimactic. God, you don't even get the click with the lights. The lights go out before you get the click. That's okay, you know what I mean. I love that sign. I'm not gonna get rid of the sign. I'll always keep the sign. As a producer for other artists in the hip hop, R&B, and pop space, as a producer who does sync licensing, making music for ads and TV and all that good stuff. And as an artist myself, I've been going under RegSounds for like the better part of like 8 or 9 years. Absolutely love it. It's been a great ride. I sound like I'm retiring. I'm not. It's just anytime a brand change happens, it feels very serious, and it's not that serious. And I can justify keeping the name forever and be okay with it. But I've felt the pull to change the name for like the better part of like a year, a little over a year at this point, and I've toyed with it. And the only thing that was stopping me was it would be a bitch and a half to, change everything and convert everything, and I'd have to take down my music and re-upload it. But it's one of those things I've actually been paying a little bit more attention to since I myself have been subconsciously paying more attention to it. It feels like something I've been needing to do, mainly as an artist who releases my own music, which I want to put more of an emphasis on. RegSounds is cool. I'll always love it. I'm forever proud of what I've been able to do and how far I've come and what I've learned and how I've grown within that name. Like, as a producer, it's pretty fun. And it's only been within recent months or better part of a year that as an artist, when I release something of my own and all my future releases, there's kind of been like a nagging subconscious when I hear the name RegSounds or when I look at the name RegSounds next to a piece of music that I made. As an artist, there's something that doesn't feel as like authentic. I don't know why I did authentic. I'm cheesing down all this artistry stuff, but it's got to mean something to me if I'm going the lengths to actually make the change. So there's just something about it that doesn't feel as like evergreen for the rest of my music career to stick with that name. It fits well as a producer. It fits fine as an artist, but I want my name to fit well, and I want to feel confident as a producer as well as an artist. And RegSounds just feels kind of expired on the artist side and as a brand moving forward. For a quick backstory, if anybody cares, RegSounds came to be because like in high school, maybe, I was looking at my name, Greg is my name, and I saw inside of Greg was Reg. And I thought, that's funny. My name could be Reg. That could be a fun nickname. Stupid. But I thought it was funny. And it wasn't until maybe a year or two later when I wanted to pick a production and engineering name that I came up with Reg. And my buddy, shout out to Tristan, actually was the only person who actually called me that for a little bit of time. It was a nickname for a little bit and it didn't stick. It's not like everybody was like, hey Reg, it's cheesy because I basically gave it to myself. And Tristan and maybe one other person called me Reg. So again, when I had to pick a name, I just went with Reg. I didn't like Reg beats. I didn't like Reg music, but I thought RegSounds sounded very cool. A few years later, I had my own little logo with RegSounds, and when I would upload to YouTube, with the help of my gracious brother, spent hours I would make the O bounce to the sonics of the beat. So that was the first wave of RegSounds on YouTube beats and all that, until I rebranded at least just the logo, and that's that logo you see right there. It's the R into the S, which is also an audio wave. So I thought it was so cool. And within the whole time of being RegSounds, shifted into making my own music, worked with a lot of cool artists, worked on a lot of cool mixing material, really started getting more into sync, all under this persona of RegSounds and, content and doing all the content stuff and really, trying to be a artist, producer, mixing engineer, sync guy, content guy, all this stuff under this moniker of RegSounds. The beat tag, That Sounds Good, Reg, literally inspired my publishing company, That Sounds Good Music Publishing, because my beat tag is That Sounds Good, Reg. That sounds good, Reg. And my alternate one is the SpongeBob, so your name's Reg. So your name's Reg. I'm going off on a tangent just to say that I'm really proud of everything that I've been able to do and my growth, and it's very, very rare that I say that out loud because there's so much more and so much that I want to accomplish. The hard thing I feel like with creative decisions is that they are creative decisions. There's no right or wrong. Ultimately, I've just been thinking about, like, does RegSounds feel authentic? Is there anything that I kind of scratch my head about when I release under RegSounds or when I see it? If the answer is yes, maybe there's a valid point in actually rebranding. And that's just kind of what I felt. So when I was kind of shopping around with names, Greg was an option. My name is so nerdy and white, which is fine. It's kind of also the point of why I kind of liked it as well. But I thought that my last name, Miele, it's really pronounced Miele, but when my father came over, all the teachers did not get it right, so it just got Americanized to Miele. So I thought that works. Proud Miele, proud by Miele, released by Miele. As a brand, I kind of like it, and it is my last name. And I don't have a pull to make any other creative alias. Like I'm not gonna go under like the dark hippo, or for an example. That was the worst example of all time. But you get it. It's my name. It's my last name, and whatever I make under it, it's not like there's gonna be a super sound change. I do release different styles of music anyway, so whatever it is, it's just my last name. As a content creator, as a producer, mixer, mixed by Miele, produced by Miele, it just fits a little bit better with how I foresee the future. The one thing that I'll kind of miss on a cohesive level is That Sounds Good Music Publishing, RegSounds, beat tag, That Sounds Good, Reg. But I'll get over it. Like I said, there's a world where RegSounds doesn't change and Miele is an option, and I can make my peace with that. But if there was a tipping scale, going with Miele and leaving RegSounds behind and appreciating all the growth I've had with it, feels like the right decision. This year alone's been crazy. Like, content's kind of popped off, and I literally owe it all to my sweet, beautiful girlfriend. You, Amber! So a lot of people who are following me from that, they don't probably even know that I make music outside of like hip hop, tension, reality TV show music, but I do, and I do work with artists. And it's not like now that I'm under a different name, like all the content's going to be different. It's really not. It's really, the biggest pillar was when I released my own music in the sphere of like soft pop, acoustic, retro 80s stuff. Like, do I want it to be RegSounds? And the answer was no. So that's the biggest driver to do this. And I'm looking forward to the future. Looking forward to everything that I will do under this name. It'll probably be the last name change. And yeah, all the cool talent I'll get to work with on a production level, on a mixing engineering level, the content, the brand partnerships. If you're going through the same thing, a brand change, whatever you do, I would say just listen to yourself. It's like, know that it can be a bunch of different things. There's no right answer, but like, listen to yourself. If you have a pull to do something in the deepest depths of your soul, and it just feels a little bit better, feels maybe a little bit more like you, maybe that's worth considering. So that's what it was for me. And so that was it. This is a little longer than I wanted it to be. Thanks for listening to me yap. And yeah, look out for more music, more collabs, more production, and yeah, more good times, hopefully. So hope you're good wherever you're at, and I'll see you later.
That sounds good, Reg.